Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Mourinho challenge, and today we have got the Europa Conference League final. We have made a final. It's another final. Can we make this happen? I beg that we do. So there's a lot to talk about since the last time we saw you guys, and so let's just jump into it. Basically, the board weren't very happy with us not getting Champions League football. They were moaning at us. I was like, we weren't going to get it anyway. I can't remember. Maybe I must have said to them that I would get it this season. So that was probably my fault for offering that we'd get Champions League football. There was no chance we were going to. We were miles off. We went on a hell of a run to start with. Look at this run. We went unbeaten for 10 games or something stupid, but we then absolutely plummeted and didn't do great. We did get to the semi-final of the FA Cup, losing out to Everton 3-2, and we have changed the formation because it wasn't working. It was working great for a bit, and then it just didn't work, and then I've had to change it, and then we went for a patch where we were really good, and then I came back here, and we were really bad, and then we managed to do okay, and we've done really bad again. So it's not great. With that said, it is a 4-2-3-1 gegenpress. So we've gone back to the basics, as you do. But what I will do is run you through how we got to the Euro Conference final from what we played. I'm not going to show you the games that we didn't manage because we'd already got to that stage. We already knew we were through the group stage. It was the knockouts that we were managing for, and that's how we got there. So we'll jump into that. One thing to note is that we have sold a player. We have sold Kaglar Soyuncu. He wanted to go, so I said, okay, if someone comes in for you. Real Madrid came in for him, and so we sold him for 14.75 million, which I don't think is too bad, to be fair, for a player who's getting on a bit now. And I think we've got enough players who can play centre half, especially in this new formation. But let's jump into our journey to the Euro Conference final. So in our first knockout round games, it was against Vitesse. We started in the away leg, beating them 3-0 very comfortably. Pedro, with the initial goal from a Smith Rowe ball through, was potentially offside, but we did get the goal. We were then able to get a second as well in the first 15 minutes. Jorge getting put through by Pedro this time, and he managed to slot it home. And then late on in the second half, we did get a third goal. This time it was Nusa on this left-hand side, keeping the ball nicely to Chowdhury. He played it forward to Halil, who just knocked it through to Pedro, who slotted home for 3. We then, in the second leg, had a fantastic result. Started off poorly, to be fair. Early on in the first half, late on in the first half, in the 37th minute, they managed to score to go 1-up. But we did retaliate quite quickly. Jorge getting put through by Harvey Barnes to make it 1-1 just before half time. And then second half, after a bit of a bollocking at half time, the boys came out and absolutely ran wire. Smith Rowe on this right hand side fired the ball across to Mykolenko, who found Davis in the middle, who just nodded it home quite comfortably. We then got a third, I should say, not long after, with McTominay winning the ball in the air. Played a 1-2 with Davis, and then knocked it over the top to Kyle Jorge, who was through on goal to get that one. We then got a fourth after a little check from VAR. We were able to get this one from Mykolenko, delivering a ball across, Fofana with the header to make it 4. So it was good to see him on the score sheet. And then McTominay again involved, playing it forward to Solomon, who had come on the pitch at this point, playing it through to Kyle Jorge, who got the ball across. It was blocked initially, but Davis was there just to tap it home for 5-1. So after breezing through in that first round, it was time to take on the quarterfinalists and Genk. After a change in formation, we smashed them. 6-0, Kyle Jorge getting a goal in the first 3 minutes. Couple minutes later, on the 5-minute mark, he got a second from a corner. Nusa delivering, him at the back post, heading it home. He then finished the hat-trick in the first 8 minutes of the game, scoring from the penalty spot. Nusa then provided a fourth by delivering for Fofana, who got another one. And at this point, we had absolutely run the show. Half an hour into the game, we then got our fifth. Nusa was played down the right-hand side, drilled it across, and Harvey Barnes was there just to tap it home for number 5. And then again, just before half time, we were able to get the 6th and wrap things up completely. Gibbons getting the ball across. It was headed over by Saliba, and then Barnes tucked it away. Complacency caught us out in the second leg, however, with Genk getting the 1 goal in that game, winning the game. But a 6-1 on aggregate kept us through. Semi-final time, and it was against Villarreal. First leg were at home. Maddison scoring from the penalty spot initially, and then a second being scored late on to give us that extra bit of leeway. Halil playing Maddison through again to slot it home for 2-0. We then booked our place in the final with a 3-1 win over Villarreal in their backyard. Initially, ball across was blocked. Kyle Jorge was then able to find it to Nusa at the back post for 1-0 in the first 6 minutes, which gave us a lot of confidence going forward. Then, 12 minutes later, we got a second. Pedro receiving the ball, McTominay popping it through to Maddison, who was able to then fire it towards goal, getting his 3rd goal in the 2 games, or the 2 legs, I should say, in the semi-finals. Then Nusa with a ball in found Kyle Jorge. It was saved, but Pedro was able to tap it home from close range. They did get a consolation goal, but it wasn't going to be enough for them to go through as we won 5-1 on aggregate. Ended up quite a comfortable victory, and we're into the final. And there you have it. That is how we got to this final. A fantastic result. We have got VTSC in the final, the Portuguese outfit. We are favourites, I think, so there's no reason why we shouldn't be going through. We didn't have a great time in the Premier League, but if we win today, I think we go into the Europa League, which is exactly what we need. We need European football next year. We weren't going to get it in the league, so this was our only chance, and we've absolutely looking to do so. This is the formation and team we will be starting with. De Gea in goal, who's come in for the likes of, I don't even know who it was now. Who's our backup goalkeeper who wanted to leave? I'm going to have to take a look so you know, because he was kicking up a fuss, wanted to go for Champions League football or something, and I was like, well, that's fine. Juan Musso, the 34-year-old. I was like, okay, yeah, well, I'm going to just dump you in the reserves then. De Gea has been fantastic when he came in, so he changed our kind of form, which was great. Started helping us get those wins that we needed. James Justin at right back, Mikolenko at left back, Akanji and Fofana at centre half. Saliba would have fought for his place, but Akanji's just been a little bit better on form recently. McTominay and Maddison in the midfield, central midfield, a good bit of partnership they've got going on in there. Halil will be on the right hand side, Barnes on the left, with linking up with Mikolenko, and then Smith Rowe just behind Kyle Jorge. Some good players on the bench. I mean, I was thinking about bringing James Justin off and putting Gibbons on at right back, because he's been very, very good. The pacey fullback has delivered some fantastic balls to get some goals for us. But I think we will leave it like that for now, as I think the experience of James Justin might just hopefully get us over the line a bit better. We're going to be on positive to start with, of course. We are, I think, deemed to be... I'd hoped we'd be the favourites anyway. So that's what we'll be doing. They're obviously going to be a good side. They've got Diogo Jota on the right-hand side, who's a form of Celtic loanee currently in real life. A very good player. But we should have too much for them. We should. Absolutely should. I haven't spoken to the boys about before for the cup finals and that stuff. I hate doing that because I feel like it just jinxes you. So as we come forward, first 3 minutes, it's not a great pass really. We've lost out. McTominay though wins that back straight away. Maddison into Barnes, Maddison again, then Smith Rowe, then McTominay. Can he look for the overlap on the right hand side? Not quite, as he has to play it back to Fofana as he was being pressed. Akanji into Maddison. He's surely going to play a ball forward. No, not quite. Akanji again to McTominay. Then Maddison. Then a ball over the top to James Justin. Here we go. He is forward. Can he get a ball across? He does. It's cleared by Correa, and Alaza will look to clear it forward now. Canglano coming again forward for the Portuguese side, but they will look back. And I mean, if this causes an issue for us, I'm going to be very, very upset, as they have not made the most of that break that they could have had. But they are coming forward still. But McTominay wins it there. No, not quite, as he loses out straight away. Costa coming through. There is plenty of players around him, but no one's close enough to him. Allows him to get the strike away, which isn't good, but the strike wasn't good either. So we got away with that one. Needs to up a game a little bit, but still looking okay. We're having enough of the ball. We should be able to still get control of this as they come forward. Again, 15 minutes in now, and we need to get back on the ball. Elic into Karuna, then Elic again. Karuna looks for a long ball forward. Fofana is there just to clear that up. It's nowhere near anyone. As the ball's played over the top, Harvey Barnes shot. Bruno Varela with a fantastic save with his legs. I mean, that should have been a goal. That should have been 100% a goal after a fantastic ball over the top. But Maddison will take the corner that we've won here. Comes in, fired in away by Wallace. Maddison will get there again, though, as he takes his time. Finds Justin on the edge of the box. He plays back to Maddison, into Smith Rowe, who again to Maddison, looks for a ball switch over the top to Mykolenko, who's got loads of time here, delivers the ball in, is headed away once more. Smith Rowe will have to get on the end of that. We have to make the most of those opportunities. We can't be letting them go because they will punish us at some point. At some stage, they will get a goal as they come forward here. Bernardo, he's got a bit lucky there as it deflected off the challenge and it kind of put him through. The centre-halves are really far apart, which isn't good. And his strike was poor, to say the least, going wide. We come forward now, 20 minutes in. There has been a lot of action in the first 20 minutes of this game. James Justin plays it back to McTominay. He will look across again to Smith Rowe, into Maddison. He then plays it back to McTominay. Lots of time on the ball, so no real pressure for us at this stage. Maddison, round the corner to Jorge. He will keep hold of this. Back to Akanji. There's a lot of runs being made, but no one's really looking for him. McTominay into Halil, who looks for that overlap of James Justin, who's got loads of time again on the ball. Fires it across to Kyle Jorge. He rattles the bar. It was Varela's save again. He pushed it off onto the bar. I mean, the keeper is having an absolute worldie at the moment to keep them in the game. We should be 2-0 up. We're not. And we can't let that keep happening. We have to put it past him at some stage in this game. As we come forward once again, James Justin into Halil, McTominay again, back to Fofana, then into Smith Rowe. He looks inside to Maddison. He plays through, not quite. Barnes isn't able to get there, but Maddison does get onto it again. He looks again through to Harvey Barnes, cuts it back. Ehrlich, though, clears again. These chances just keep coming, but they might come for them at some stage, and we cannot let that happen. Akanji with the ball now after clearing up that clearance. Fofana again on the ball into McTominay. He plays forward to Maddison. Maddison coming forward into Barnes. He's going to drive in centrally, but it's a poor pass as we lose out there and just give it away cheaply as there's no challenge been made. We've just missed that pass completely. The ball gets played out wide to Jota, who we've highlighted as a very, very good player who will deliver a good ball in, and it is Costa who's just volleyed it wide. Actually, it looks like it might have been blocked. I'm not going to be pessimistic. We're fine. We're on top. They haven't had a shot on target yet. The ball comes in from this corner. It's headed away well. Looks like by Halil, as Cangiano will get onto the end of it for VTSC. We will put the pressure on, though, as the border receives it inside, and that highlight does end. 10 minutes till half-time. Words. They're challenging when you're a bit frustrated. Cangino looks for a ball through. I mean, that is nowhere near anyone. So it's easy for Mykolenko to kind of tidy that up. James Justin, though, will drive forward with the ball, and he's doing fantastically well, bringing us up the field. Halil cuts back, finds McTominay, Smith Rowe into Maddison, who's got a bit of space here, who finds Kyle Jorge. He's through on goal. He's got to finish this one. He doesn't, and it's another save by the keeper. I mean, what is this? What is going on? A corner, Maddison with this corner, ball whipped in. Harvey Barnes not able to get to it at the front post as it's headed clear, and we have to go again. 3 minutes now till half time. We've got to make the most of this pressure in this half, because otherwise the second half is going to just come hard for us. I can tell already. So things haven't been great. Mykolenko, I think we will take off and put Fontaine on there. Just because he wasn't playing great. And Halil hasn't been fantastic either. So what I will do is bring on Antonio Nusa, who scored a couple of goals for us in this competition. And hopefully he can do the same. Only 2 changes, as I want to make sure we have got a spare, just in case something kind of crazy happens with the team. But there you go. Half an hour to go. Let's try and actually get something from this game, please. I don't want it to be another one like we had at AC Milan. Please, I'm begging. Costa receives the ball in the middle of the park. Wallace into Lequina. Then the ball comes across to Lazar. I've just thought, right, could we end up being the guy that always gets to the final always the bridesmaid, never the bride sort of situation. We get to the finals and get to the last game, and it always goes tits up. No, it's not happening, because the day we change that, after our stint at Benfica was the only time we've had a cup competition win, this is going to change it. Barnes, ball over the wide to Justin. Can Justin make something happen? Finds Nusa in there. He's got to score. I mean, it's saved, and it comes to Caio Jorge, but it might be... It might be deemed offside when we finally got the ball in the back of the net. It might not count. Will it? Is it? Could it be offside? Is that what we're checking for? He wants clarification, and it's disallowed. Yep, it was offside. Caio Jorge doesn't get his 23rd goal of the season because it was offside. Nusa with the shot. It's saved again by Bruno Varela, who it did come across the line and tapped home by Caio Jorge. But my goodness me, this is kind of ridiculous. Nusa has come on and been a bit of a nuisance for them, which is great to see. Maddison here on the left-hand side. He's been pushed quite far out wide. Harvey Barnes, and it goes straight to the keeper's hands. Bruno Varela, he would have just grasped onto that one and happily take that in without any real concerns. 8 minutes to go. I mean, we're going to have to take Harvey Barnes off. Charles Solomon, should you come on? No, we're going to bring Pedro on, I think. Put Pedro up top. Caio Jorge can go on the left-hand side as an inside forward, coming right in as an attacking player to give us that thing. Justin winning the ball there, which is good. And Fofana was able to play Nusa, who's going to drive forward again. He's causing real havoc on this right-hand side, having come on. Justin plays it again to Nusa, who's through on goal. Will he score? No. Bruno Varela is there again. Oh, dear. This is, I mean, what a game he is having. Why is it against us he has to have the game of his life? It's a ball forward by Salgado. Alaza, again, comes forward. They've only had one shot on target all game. And undoubtedly, they will likely now score. As the ball gets played through to Canglano. Shoot. Thank God that was just wide of the post. I'm not sure De Gea had that covered at all. That was absolutely terrifying. Bruno Valera, though, will play it short for Ehrlich, who plays it back to Bruno Valera. A long ball forward. It's the 92nd minute now. McTominay wins that header. Fontaine nods it forward to Caio Jorge. He looks over the top to Nusa. Nusa will get there. Can this be the goal we need? Nusa fires it across to Pedro. He lays it off to Smith Rowe. And there it is in the 92nd minute. This is surely got to be it. This is surely got to be the time for us to take another trophy home. It's about bleeding time. Oh, we absolutely pummeled them in this game. Caio Jorge, the ball over the top to find Nusa. He was able to cut it across. Pedro does well to take that down and lay it off. And Smith Rowe smashes it past Bruno Valera. Oh, he was never going to stop that one. And there it is, the Euro Cup conference. Oh, we've done it. We've done it. We've done it. Very happy with that. We got a long end of season and pre-season to come, but for now we will enjoy the European Conference coming to Leicester City. It's been a long time coming. A trophy. We haven't won anything since the second season, so it's good to see that we have still got it in us to win something. Good, good, good. Now we got to see what else we can do, because next season, I think the board will be wanting us to win the league, and we will also be wanting to do so, and maybe even more than that. But there you go. We've done it. We won the Europa Conference, a fantastic one to add to our belt, add to our tally. So we will now jump and take a look at the season review and how things went this year. Something to note, we are the 10th top player top manager in the world of English managers. So that's pretty good. Behind Stan Cullis, Herbert Chapman, Dan Revie, Tom Watson, Bill Nicholson, Jack Reynolds, Bobby Robson, bit of a legend, Brian Clough, of course, and Bob Paisley. So we're going to do it. I reckon we can climb up that table. We only need a few more trophies, that's for sure. But you can see there, four with Benfica, one with Leicester. Hopefully we can make that a few more with Leicester, but let's take a look at the review. Here we are then, the season review. Let's take a quick look through. We can see the rivals. None of these were our players that we brought in, but they did very well. Fontaine and Mikalenko coming in from Villarreal. Didn't realise that, for a lot of money as well. Club Brugge sold Nusa to us. Zgela, who's now our backup keeper, coming in from Osijek, and Emil Smith-Rowe from Sevilla, who who we brought into Sevilla at the time. £67 million, a lot of money. Soyuncu was the player that left. Hakan Çalhanoğlu as well to Sevilla. Ben Nelson, Danny Ward, Adrian, a few players in there that you can just have a look at, but it's not really anything to worry about. James Simpson is one player that I'm pretty sure we had at Benfica. Yeah, we brought him into Benfica early on, so it'll be interesting to see. We might look to try and bring him into the side maybe a bit next season, but there you go. Let's take a look then. The board obviously aren't very happy with this position in the league. I'm not either, but we've got Europe. That is the main thing. Because we've got Europe, we're able to push on now, and next season's league will be completely different, and we've got a team that should be able to do well. Didn't lose a single game. We won every single game we played in the competition of the Europa Conference League, which was great. FA Cup, we reached the semi-final. The board are unhappy, which just because we didn't reach the final. I mean, it's a bit harsh, I think, but we got to the semi-final. I didn't manage that, but they got beat by Aston Villa 1-0 to get knocked out. So our first real full season is next season, and so we've got 2 to go. Goal of the season was Caio Jorge. Biggest win, 6-0 against QPR in the FA Cup, and match to remember was the 3-2 win at Newcastle. A few new deals brought in to the club, which is good. Barnes, Caio Jorge, Madison, Nusa, Halil, all shirts being sold. That's our best lineup, which I'd probably agree with. Could probably swap Saliba in or out at the back for Kanji if needed, but not too worried. Manager of the month, we got manager of the month, not bad. Most player of the match awards, worst discipline, highest transfer fee paid is kind of ridiculous. 67.22 million for Emil Smith-Rowe, mental. Fofana was fans player. Young player of the season was Antonio Nusa. Goal of the season, Caio Jorge, as we saw. He also got top goal scorer. Most assists, Mikolenko. Most player of the match, Emil Smith-Rowe, with the highest average rating as well. Competition awards, player of the season in the Europa Conference League was Emil Smith-Rowe. Very, very good to see. But there you go. It's a good to have a trophy back in the bank. We'll add it to our total at the end of the episode, so don't go anywhere and have a look at that little beauty on there. But thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what you think, how you think we're going to do next season. We're obviously going to make some additions and change things around a bit. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.